What's going on, everyone? Today we're going to be talking about a show review because last night I went and saw Silverstein with the plot and you and Can't Swim. So, yeah, at History in Toronto, December 12th, 2021. Yep. History is a new club in Toronto, and yeah, it's pretty decent size and stuff. It's one of the bigger clubs, so yeah, a lot of big bands are going there and artists and stuff are performing there. I think it's owned by Drake too, which is neat. Oh yeah, let's talk about the show. Um, yeah, so the first band was Can't Swim. They're from Kensburg, New Jersey. I think I said that right, but yeah, they're a post-hardcore band, and yeah, so they were pretty good. They have a lot of energy. They had a lot of good styles. Some of it sounds sort of like old school A Day to Remember almost. They have like post hardcore has their heavy stuff, but then they have some like pop punk stuff sort of like thrown in there, and kind of like a mix of the two. So yeah, they definitely had a lot of good catchy stuff, and then a lot of good like heavier sort of, especially the live versions, like the recorded stuff that can't really tell, but live you can, and it has a lot of good. There's a lot of good like almost like throwdown beats and stuff like that, and yeah, it was just a lot of fun. They had a lot of energy. The vocalist had like a certain amount of range, but he knew where he could how high he can go, and like yeah, he knew his like parameters when he does like vocals and stuff, and like the guitarists and all the instrumentation was pretty good, and yeah, overall it was a fun time. Actually, I liked that their set so much I bought a record off them and a pen. So yeah, they're pretty good. I'm gonna give them 4.5 out of 5 for live performance. So yeah, after them was the Plot and You. They're a post-hardcore band from Hancock County, Ohio. Now I'm only familiar with like old school The Plot and You when they're like full on metalcore. Like, can you the album? I think it's called Can You Watch Your Children Burn or something like that. They only played one song off that, and yeah, they weren't bad. Definitely not really my type of thing, but they were pretty interesting for some of it. They played most of their new album, which is like the radio friendly one, and yeah, that's definitely more the direction they're going. It's like the radio friendly Bring Me Their Highs and stuff. They're sort of like doing somewhat the same thing, and yeah, they definitely are building their fan base up. They haven't done anything in a while, so that's quite the unique comeback that they had. And yeah, it's my first time seeing them. This was my first time seeing all three bands, these bands. So yeah, but they weren't bad. They're just not really my thing. Yeah, I do gotta say the guitarist and the drummer have some pretty cool, like, pretty good at what they do and stuff. They definitely had a lot more to show than the other two, the vocalist and bassist, I think. But yeah, that's just my opinion. I thought they were good, but they're definitely not my thing. So yeah, I'm gonna give them a 3.5. And yeah, so that brings us to Silverstein. They're from Burlington, Ontario, here in Canada, just outside of Toronto. So it's pretty much a home show for them. It was sold out too. The show it was pretty cool. Well, this is unique because they played their full album Back to the Waterfront, which is one of my favorite albums by them. So yeah, and then they did a greatest hit set right at the beginning. So it's greatest hit set, which they played a lot of their other stuff like off the Broken, whatever that album was, and their new one and some of their other stuff. So yeah, they bounced out pretty well. Where it was like the heavier, more like metalcore and like yeah, those bounce heavy riffs and stuff. And then they did some of their quieter stuff too. Um, yeah, and then they did about 3 or 4 acoustic songs in between. So there's the greatest hit set, the acoustic set, which I didn't really care for, but the vocalist has a side project which is pretty much just like a acoustic stuff. So as far as I've been told, anyways, and yeah, but I didn't really care that much for that. But yeah, gave me a time to go get more beer and stuff like that. And then they went in, they played Back to the Waterfront Full, which is really good. A lot of good stuff off that. Played Smashing Pieces early on, and the Greatest Hits one, which is like one of my favorite songs by them. So yeah, it's definitely a lot of fun, a lot of energy. They played for almost 2 hours, so yeah, definitely worth the $75 I think I spent to get in. Yeah, it was pretty good. It was over. I'm gonna give these guys a 4 out of 5 as well. I got a hat from them. I bought their new record. Yeah, overall, great night, fun time. Definitely check them out if these bands out. I'll link them all, some of their stuff down below, so you can check them out. And yeah, also make sure you check out my Instagram at Derek Peterson Reviews. Yeah, same as here. For videos and photos and stuff of the bands, I have them on there. And also, you can check out my TikTok at Live Music Maniac. I'll link those down below because that's where I had my some like videos and stuff on that too, and all the other bands I've seen. So yeah, definitely check out those. Check out the show and see clips of it. Definitely a lot of fun. I'm gonna give an overall show rating of 4.5. It was a lot of fun, a lot more energy, a lot of. It was really fun time. Better than I was expecting it to be. Because this is a little out of my norm. I'm more of a metalhead, so like I'm wearing a War shirt right now. Like, yeah. So, but yeah, a little bit out of the norm for me, but definitely a lot of fun. And yeah, made me feel like I was at a work tour, like what I went to like 8 years ago. So yeah, definitely good feeling, good buzz, fun time. Check them out. Everything's linked down below. So yeah, that's it for this one. I just want to come on here and said check out these bands. They're pretty good. So yeah, till the next one, have fun, and yeah, rock on to the next show. Next show won't be till like the new year, so I'm pretty sure it's like Wolves in the Throne Room, or I might be going to Windsor to see Skid Row Warrior. So it's one of those two. We'll see. All right, so rock on.